Hey everyone, Stones here, coming at you with another weekend haul video showing you everything that I got from yard sales and garage sales over the weekend. Today's Sunday. Did not find any yard sales or garage sales or any new ones to go to, but I did find ones on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and it was a great weekend. The theme for this weekend was church rummage sales, because I went to two pretty decent ones and found some great stuff. So let's get at it. First purchase of the weekend was this Gumby Blowup. Paid $10 for this, and it is dated copyright 1986. Needs a little bit of cleaning. Now, I spent some time trying to blow this thing up, almost passed out a few times. You won't believe how much air it took to get this thing blown up, only for me to find out that it had a hole in it. Now, the guy claimed he had never blown it up, it had never really seen the light of day. I believe that because of where the hole is located. Now, the hole is a result of the feet being lined with these plastic bases to keep it so it can stand upright when blown up. And it looked like maybe the weight of something pushing down on wherever this was stored pushed one of the plastic pieces through the side, causing a hole that allowed air to escape. Now, that can probably be repaired. I may try to repair it myself. I just might disclose that in the listing and sell it for much cheaper. If this was in perfect condition, this could have sold for upwards of $175, maybe even $200. More likely $175. With the damage, maybe $100, $125. If I repair it myself, maybe I can squeeze $150 out of it. At that same sale, I picked up this box. Now, it's priced $10. I didn't pay $10 for it. It was actually filled with seashells, and I think they were just using that as a container. But instead, I asked him, can I buy just the box for $5? And he said, you can buy it for $8. So I paid $8 for it. When I was doing the comps at the garage sale, I could not find any listings for this. And it's because I was spelling theater the American way of spelling theater, T-E-R, and the listings are all under the European spelling of T-R-E. But for some reason, I would think eBay would still give me similar listings based on what I put in, and it didn't. So I just assumed this was extremely rare and found out that it really wasn't. And in good condition, this box, maybe $15, $20. This is in poor condition. It's faded, it's torn, but that's because I just thought it was so rare that there was nothing listed on eBay. Also paid $1 a piece for these two sealed VHS, Prince of Egypt, Saturday Night Fever. Those will go in my personal collection. The Rugrats I bought at another sale for $1. I lot those together with other Rugrats VHS. I've never seen this one before, so I thought that was interesting, although it's not really worth much. Paid $15 for these roller blades, and these are truly rollerblade brands. Now, these are aggressive inline skates. These are made for the people that do the tricks, do the stunts, that type of thing. I identified them right away because I used to be into that back during the peak of that sport. During X Games and Gravity Games, I was big into that. These look very similar to the ones that I owned. I own K2's. Rollerblade is a brand name. It's not really the name of the sport or the sporting equipment. These are called inline skates. Everybody normally refers them to rollerblades, but that's just one brand. That's like calling all basketball shoes Nikes. They're not all Nikes, right? So I paid $15 for these. In the condition that they're in, these are barely worn. I don't think the guy was trying to do tricks in them. The wheels are a little worn. But in this condition, I can probably get at least $75, maybe upwards of $100. Comps are all over the place with these. Went to kind of a moving sale. It seemed like what was happening was the lady, they had to put the lady into a nursing home, and they were just trying to get rid of everything in the house. It looked like family members and that type of thing. I paid, I got the pen set, the Rubik's Cube, and the microphones. I paid $5 total for everything. Rubik's Cube will probably just go in my personal collection. The pens really aren't worth anything, I don't think. I'll do more research. Some pen sets can have lots of value. And I haven't really struck any that have been extremely valuable, I don't think. And the microphones, I know a lot about microphones because I've done a lot of sound engineering work. And these EVPL 76s go for about $40 to $50 a piece. I might sell them together because there's only one case. I might separate them. One of them has a kind of a bent up cage. The other one's in pretty perfect condition. So I paid $5 for all of that. Paid $2 for this little brass. I think it's like a holder. It just holds papers, recipes, or whatever. You hang it on the wall, and just from not centrifugal force, but by gravity, it just automatically holds whatever you put into it. I've found comps for something like this on eBay for anywhere from $25 to $40. Went to a yard sale where I found this stuff stuffed in a box with some other stuff. This is a vintage Paperboy 2 Tiger Electronics handheld game. It is extremely corroded. I'll be lucky if this works. Obviously the battery cover is missing as well. In working condition, they're worth about $25, $30. Found this Game Gear, Sega Game Gear. Does not have corrosion, but is also missing the battery covers. The problem with these over time is the screen gets really dim over time to the point where you can't even see the graphics anymore. And there's a way of getting that replaced, and there's kits and stuff like that. But I hope it works, even without the battery covers. And then there's 3 games, including Sonic, Off-Road, and the Super Columns, which I guess is their version of like Tetris or something like that. I paid $5 for all that. The guy asked me, what would you give me? And I said $5, and he says, I'll take it. Here's another moving sales situation. It sounded like the daughter passed away and the mother was dealing with the estate, trying to get everything out of the house. I paid, I think, $10 for this toy and all these radios. This toy I cannot find in new condition anywhere on eBay. It is a Tonka truck, Little Chuck, my talking truck and friends. It says 7 phrases. I don't think it works anymore. Yeah, because the batteries. It's from 1999. It seemed like she had a lot of fire department, firefighter stuff, and I guess her mom said she was a fire medic or something. Explains the radios and all that type of thing. I haven't really looked these up. I think I looked up one really quick. Might be worth about $30, something like that. But that was at another sale. Picked up these 2 items at a local sale, repeat sale. The lady knows me right away. She actually said, come back tomorrow because I'll probably have video games. I went back the next day and she didn't. But I bought these 2 things from her. I paid $3. It should have been $3.50. I asked her if she would take 3, and she said she would. There's only one listing for this CD on eBay, and right now they want $30 for it. I'll probably aim for like 15, 20. This anime figure goes for about $40. I was surprised. So then I went to a church sale. In this church sale I've been to many times in years past. It seems like they always have it once a year. Most years I walk out with next to nothing. The first year I ever went, I bought quite a few stuff. But this year I walked away, I spent $15 total, and I paid $1 for this old General Electric chime kit. It's brand new in the box. Picked it up for $1. This McNugget Buddies bingo game, McDonald's McNugget Buddies bingo game. Hard to say. Paid $1 for that. It turns out this is pretty rare. And it's worth about $25, $30. Then I picked up, and I've talked about these in past videos before. These are the first ones that I have found for the year. These are popcorn plastic decorations, or melted popcorn plastic decorations. Normally you find them as, holidays, Halloween, Easter, Thanksgiving, Christmas. Those are the typical ones. Last year I found a smiley face one that finally sold. But this is the first time I've seen this theme, and it's praying children, a boy and a girl set. I paid $1 a piece for those. They sell as a set for maybe $30, $40, so not worth a ton. But right behind them is 44 Goosebumps books, and I paid $1 a piece for those, so $11. Goosebumps does extremely well, especially if they still have some of the contents, the special things like stickers, tattoos, posters will be in some of them. If it still has trading cards, if it has that stuff still in them, so they're worth even more. I already have a set listed on eBay with I think like 15, 20 books. So I'll just put these together with them with no duplicates of course, raise the price, and those should do really well. Now I also went to another church rummage sale, which was a slightly different. I've never been to one like this before. This is where individuals were set up with their own individual like little garage sales or yard sales. So each person had their own table. They were charging their own prices. Typical church rummage sales, normally they're raising money for a ministry, for a cause, for a special need, whatever. This one was just a bunch of the church members all having little mini garage sales or yard sales in the parking lot of their church. And so the very first table that I bought from was this N64 controller for 50 cents and this GameCube game for 50 cents, so $1 total. This controller has a little bit of drift, which is always a problem, but for 50 cents I couldn't pass it up. You know, I'll sell it that way, you know. Less money, but I'll sell it that way. And then I came across this other guy who had a couple of video games laying out on the table with a box behind it. And it looked like it was movies and CDs, but the more you dug into the box, the more video games I found. And the guy said, "Oh, they're leftovers from my son who didn't want them when he moved out, and so I'm getting rid of them, and I don't even know which ones are video games and which ones are not video games." So I dug them all out. I asked him how much he wanted for them, and he said $2 a piece or 3 for $5. Well, as I found more and more, I asked him if he would take $25 for all of them, and he agreed to it. And I think there was like $35 worth. So like, what is that? 21 games. So I got 21 games for $25. And there's some great titles here. GameCube game, some loose games. This is actually not complete at all. But there's some loose games that I put in cases, some PSP games. But here's the Game Boy games were the best finds. So there's a Super Mario Brothers 2 here, Super Mario Land 2, Warrior Magic or Blast, sorry, Zelda, and then this one's confusing me because it's Pokemon Fire Red version. But when I looked up the comps, none of them were in a gray case. They were all in a translucent red case. So I don't know what exactly is going on there. Possibly a fake, but it doesn't look like it. So I'll have to do some research, even test the game to see if it's even Pokemon on that cartridge. But pretty good haul. I'm pretty happy for over this weekend. And I need to get to work now and start listing. All right, thanks for watching. Take care and see you next week.